This is a Final Third Podcast Quick Hit. Welcome, everybody, to a Final Third Podcast Quick Hit. I'm Scotty D. Smokes, and I am here with Josh Prine. Say hello, Josh.
Hello.
Josh has obviously been around quite a bit. You might have seen him from our Carb Day podcast that we did. We had a lot of fun out there at the track. And where are we at right now, Josh?
So we are at Newton, Iowa, home of Iowa Motor Speedway, the fastest short track there is.
And this is such a fun race. We've got Levi here. He's being our cameraman today. Levi, why don't you go ahead and pan around here and show everybody where we're at. Stand up and give them a view of the track. We just had all of the car haulers move in. So all of the Indy cars are here. They're still setting up some of the trailers and getting some of the hospitality stuff together. We, as you probably can tell, are on the RV hill. And so we have campers all around us. This is our third year.
Yes.
And we've made friends out here. We've seen some crazy shit. We probably will see it more this year because it's supposed to be brutally hot again.
The crazy thing of it is some of the people we've met live in Indy.
Right, exactly.
So we go all the way out here to meet some
To
people.
meet new friends out in Iowa. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and smoke a cigar because it is the middle of the afternoon. It's hot as hell. Normally, I'd be drinking yellow fizzies, but our ice situation, our wives are off taking care of the ice situation right now. So we are drinking Two Hearted because it's what we had cold. And, you know, we love Two Hearted. Yep. Guys up in Kalamazoo do a great job there. Today, I am going to be smoking the Rojas Statement, readily available at Final Third. I love this cigar. I can't tell you about all the blend stuff. Maybe both will put it in there on the highlights to give you guys some clue as to what all's in this. But I smoke these all the time. I know Chris Gordon smoked these nonstop. Shout out to Chris. And I absolutely love it. I'm excited to see how it goes with the beer on a hot day. Now, what are you smoking, Josh?
I'm smoking the Aladino Sumatra.
Oh, that is such a good cigar. I love that. And did you buy a box of
I did
those?
buy a box.
Yeah, I bought a box as well.
So,
yeah.
just about out.
I know. I just ran out. It's terrible. I'm like, shit, man. Now I don't know. I really want to buy another box, but there's so many that have come out here recently that I want to buy a box. I just bought half a box of the Cameroon Reservists from Aladino. If you haven't seen the Cameroon Reservists, I think maybe Rob is out of them now.
Yeah, probably.
I think he's got the one box back for us and maybe a box back for somebody else. I do like that this statement, they fold the cap here a little bit over, so you can pretty much get in and smoke it right away. And I always tell people, anytime that they do that, where they have anything where the wrapper comes around to where you light it, try smoking it right away because you're getting extra wrapper right there, and that wrapper is so intense on cigars, right? I mean, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Have you smoked any like that where it's like down to a nub or anything?
Yeah, and I've seen that on some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there was one of the Espinosas out there.
Yeah, I think those.
They did the multi-pack where it was like 3 different types. It was the Habano and the Connecticut and the Maduro, and they were all Figurados. And so they all came down to that little nub. Such a good batch of cigars there. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Espinosa. I know you've smoked some of the knuckle sandwich stuff before.
Oh, yes.
Really, really good. I got to say, even off the first puff of this thing, I was kind of afraid because we're drinking beer, right? Look, I can drink bourbon most any time. I know you're not a huge bourbon guy, but you are a huge cigar guy. You smoke plenty of cigars all the time. But what do you normally have with your cigars since you're not much of a bourbon guy?
So typically, when I've been up at the lounge and everything, I'll sit there and have a Tito's and club soda or Tito's and Sprite.
Perfect.
When we're out just chilling out at people's houses or outside, a lot of times we'll have a beer, with it and everything. So,
we talk so much about like pairings, and it's almost always, bourbon, a little bit of scotch, maybe some other various whiskeys, but you're a great example of a common cigar smoker that bourbon just doesn't, fit in your lifestyle. And we talk to bourbon guys that don't smoke cigars.
Yep.
we're doing this here at Iowa Motor Speedway. We always, just love the idea that it's opportunities to get together, sit down, have a cigar,
Yeah.
and be able to hang out. Now, what do you get as flavors off of that thing right away?
Flavors. I'm not one to tell flavors so much and everything. But
it's good or it's bad.
it is.
Yep.
But I can tell too. One, typically one that tastes good. If you get that real ashy taste, in your mouth and everything.
Yeah.
I can tell, from dinner. And this one does not have that thing.
Right.
And that's what I like about, cigar. That's how I can tell where I like a cigar now, is because of how the flavor in my mouth tastes and everything. Not necessarily picking out things. But.
See, I just had a Perdomo 20th anniversary. I forget exactly which one it was. I was a little disappointed because I smoked Murcielago right after it. And I was like, man, that just was not what I remember. I don't know why.
Right.
It could have just been a bad cigar. That happens, right? I mean, they do their best to get quality control, but sometimes you get a bad cigar.
Yeah.
It just happens. But I had that exact experience where it was like, this isn't exactly what I'm gunning for, right? A little bit of that ashy flavor. I'll say this Rojas Statement has such beautiful fruit notes to it, which is a little bit odd for a cigar to have. That's usually if you're going to get it, you might get it on a cold draw. Sometimes you can get a little bit of raisin, things like that. But in reality, to get it all the way in the first third, I don't know. It's kind of a different thing.
Yep. Yeah, I really like some of them too that have they're dipped, right? The tip of them and everything. So you get a little different flavor profile in those and everything. And those are really nice too for somebody, maybe just smoking one and doesn't like the ashy taste.
Well, that's my Metropolitan, right? That I smoke in the morning. I've talked about that before. I know you've had that before.
Oh,
that's the dip tip. Now, do you smoke any infused cigars?
I not typically, but it's just usually when I find a cigar, a light cigar, I buy them and then I smoke them and then I may go, try a different one and smoke those for a little bit and everything.
Yeah, I got really good advice. There was a lady that used to work at Cigar Haven over on I think it's Allisonville, just south of 116th. And this was 15, 20 years ago. And I went in and I bought 6 different cigars. It was for the 500. And somebody said, what's a really good cigar that I should just buy a box of? And she says, if you want to do it like this guy. He's going out and exploring. And I didn't even think about it. It's just what I've always done. But I thought it was really good advice. Go out, smoke different cigars, try different things, see what you like. We talk about it all the time on the podcast with getting out there and trying different distilleries. By the way, I will put something out there, probably just a short. I did get the new double barrel from, of course, I think it's Cedar Ridge, which is an Iowa distillery. I did buy that bottle. It's I think over on that table. Actually, Josh, you want to go get that out of that black bag back there? We'll show that here on the quick hit. Cedar Ridge, we tried this. I don't think we did it on the podcast, but last year when I was here, I bought a bottle. It was batch number 2, and it was their barrel proof. And now we've got this Cedar Ridge. You set that right there. And this is batch number 3. It is 105 proof. It is their double barrel. And these are Iowa whiskeys. They are actually distilled and aged here in Iowa. Will Breeden, I asked about it, and he was like, oh, yeah, man, Cedar Ridge, I haven't had it yet, but they're doing really good stuff. And I got to say, I'm really excited. We're going to try that this weekend while we're watching some racing. It's going to be a real good time. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more about the cigar.
Enjoy live harness racing action at Harrah's Hoosier Park, Tuesday through Saturday through November 30th. First post on weeknights is 6:15 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturdays. Also enjoy the Hop Bebop concert series to go along with racing on Saturdays with local musical acts live from the Hop Outdoor Recreational Area from 7 to 10 p.m. Admission is free. Harrah's Hoosier Park, premier gaming in the heart of the Midwest.
Getting down to the end of our cigars. Well, I should say I am. I smoke quite a bit faster than Josh.
About twice as fast.
Yeah, it is twice as fast, pretty much every time.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
You just inhale it and everything.
I'm not inhaling, but I do smoke
well,
it a lot.
Well, yeah, you're not inhaling, but
I'm
you
puffing
take
the hell out of it
the
all the
deeper
time.
breaths, pulling that, drawing that in.
That is true. That is true. I will say the Rojas, the draw on it is always just, I'd just call it comfortably snug.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a free flow. Definitely the fruit flavors on mine fell off. It's gone to the more traditional notes. I really did like the fruit flavors that came out with the hops from the Two Hearted. How did it work with the Sumatra?
So, yeah, I think for me it was a comfortable taste and everything.
Good.
The Sumatra here is one of the things I like about it is a smooth cigar. It's not an overpowering taste, all the way through and everything.
It's very well balanced.
And yes,
definitely a balanced
and the
cigar.
draw is real nice and everything.
It pulls really.
yes.
Yeah. It's not like completely open, but just
Yeah.
like you don't feel like you're fighting it at all.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we're excited to be here. We'll probably throw a couple more videos out there over the course of the weekend, but for now, cheers, everybody.